What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we got a VOD. Am I on 2x speed? I am on 2x speed. I know because I can... Okay, I won't yap more about learning the VLC controls, but I'm so hyped for it. Today, we got a VOD from Solo Gasong, the beast from European West. It would make a lot more... Okay, sorry. We got the new patch. The new patch just came out today, and there is one reroll comp among all others that is dominating on this patch so far, and Solo Gasong just got offered a pretty insane opener to it. This is, yep, he's literally calling, wait, I don't know what he's doing actually. He's typing into his chat a bunch of unit names, which I'm not really sure why he's doing it. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to, he's typing like exalted units or something. In any case, this is the Gnar Kindred reroll comp. He just called Gnar in comp in chat, but I mean, he has a Gnar. He has a full BT dropped, which is fantastic. He can make gold, sell a bunch of these Storyweaver units that we're not really going to end up caring about, or even, yeah, just make the 2-star Garen, because this can just play as a Warden unit. Augment-wise here, I like Buried Treasures a lot in this comp. There's a lot of items that you can play towards. You can play towards AP items with Kindred. You can play towards AD items with Gnar. This is, half of a Titan's Resolve. So yeah, our Gnar items are looking fantastic. But yeah, with the buff, quote-unquote buff to Gnar, it was like a little bit of a nerf, a little bit of a buff to Gnar, but he stacks up twice as quickly now. So you're going to just get maximum Gnarage happening a lot faster. The downside is that they nerfed Titans, the AP scaling on it, which feels bad because, you definitely wanted to be able to play around that before. Using, I mean, Titans is just a fantastic item in the comp, but it's okay. You're still going to build a Titans. Your BIS build is probably just not double Titans now. It's probably Titans BT Hodge. Oh, and speaking of BIS, I just wanted to say that I created a Tactor guide for this comp. I'm going to have the link in the description down below, but I got, some boards in here. I got some augments in there. Go check it out. I'm just going to click the like button right now to, be the change I want to be in the world, but please go click the like button. Also, please, OBS, stop popping onto my other monitor. Hey, look, we won the fight because I didn't look at it. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward. You just play around Gnar early game, and usually we're going to get Kindred in. Our level 6 is often just going to be Gnar plus Kindred as our units that we want to play around as our dryad. The main thing about this comp that's a little bit strange is that you really, really would like to actually hit a 4 cost before you, or at some point on level 6. You'd really like to find like an Ornn or a Kain, because those units really round out the board, and you can't really like play for those as hard as you would want to. But it's fine. I mean, it's actually going to be really, really fine because we have a carousel here, and my god, imagine if we got it. Imagine if we got the Ornn with Chain Vest. I think we might. I mean, people don't want Chain Vest. People might not want Ornns. This is, I would say, the most ideal setup for Gnar. And, not every game you're going to have this setup, so sometimes you're just going to be playing Gnar plus Kindred and Friends. I have this covered in the Tactor guide. But of course, this setup is amazing. So this will be able to... This will show the true potential of the comp, I would say, when you have an opener this nice. We have BT Titans on Gnar already. We have full Death Cap open for Kindred, which I imagine is the slam. The other thing that you could do is wait for a Morello onto Kindred. And yeah, it looks like Solo Gasong prios the Morello, so he does not want to immediately slam a Death Cap here. Death Cap, fantastic Kindred item. Ideally, it's blue buff Morello +1, I would say. So I think Solo is just saying, I don't really need to slam the Death Cap here. I'd rather wait. See if I can get to potentially that Morello and then like some other rod item. Whereas like if I make the Death Cap, then I'm getting rid of a rod, and it might be really hard for me to find Morello components later on. So I could certainly see that take. I think it makes sense. Oh my god, I just realized my background. Yeah, okay. I just cranked it up, but I'm pretty sure my background music was just super low for the entire first 4 minutes. I mean, I don't think anyone's watching these videos like, oh my god, the background music isn't loud enough, I'm gonna stop watching. But if you are, I'm so sorry. Tell your friends who stopped watching the videos 3 minutes in that I upped the background music. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, we have a pretty... The only sad thing about this opener is we actually haven't been able to win streak in this spot, right? We were 2-win loss, 2-win loss. This patch did bring back the 2 streak, so it's a little bit better. We actually got a little bit of gold for getting those 2 streaks, but still not being able to get a longer streak feels a bit bad. But still, I mean, yeah, you can't be too mad about this opener. Pick up another Gnar here, which is fantastic. Did we get dropped? We got dropped a full TG from Krugs there. That's what was in that golden orb, it looked like, from the crabs, because this is Crab Rave. I mean, that's pretty hilarious. I was like, was that our other TG? And I'm like, no, we have this TG. I mean, Lucky Gloves here, why not? That would be pretty sick. Fighting someone who has a Kog'Maw 3. This is another comp that I don't think the stats actually say is that good. I haven't looked at the stats on Kog'Maw 3 after the patch, but I haven't seen it in a lot of the like rundowns. Let me add Kog'Maw to my filter here and see where it says. It says it averages a 5 after the patch. That is wild. Huh, it's like apparently it got a lot worse. Item-wise, or augment-wise here, Idealism just gives us a free Hodge for Gnar, and that's like the most ideal third item for Gnar, so I think that's a pretty easy take here. You could even end up going Hodge as third Kindred item, though it's a little bit hard to get to. The other option is just Martyr, right? You could go Martyr here and just have solid Martyr items. I don't hate it. And yeah, I like the roll here. He's rolling even a little deeper than I would in this spot. I think once you hit the Kindred, you're probably safe to sit here, but obviously Gnar 2 spikes your board really, really hard as well. But the fact that we have Atrox 2, Kindred 2 here, I think is enough. But hey, we're still going to be able to juice back up to 40 gold here by selling off this. I guess we have Rek'Sai 2 if we're selling this. Oh wait, no, we definitely don't, because he just pulled up, yeah, and now he's like, okay, I need to look for Rek'Sai's. I mean, we could have sold the Aatrox, but Aatrox 3 is definitely something that you can go for in this comp. So it's like the sort of standard setup, because you're not usually going to have this you're not usually gonna have this Ornn early, so you can play like deeper on this board. You can throw a random Shen on there for 3 Ghostly. If you have Ghostly +1, you can play 4 Ghostly. The 6 board is like a little bit flexible actually, just because the board without something like an Ornn doesn't fit that cleanly on level 6. Like I was talking about, you can dig for like an Aatrox 3. You can also like if we had Shen 2, we could be playing Shen 2 here over the Aatrox, and we'd lose Bruiser, but we'd get Behemoth in for the Ornn, and then you can think about things like Shen 3, like those are the optional ones. Obviously, Gnar and Kindred are like the really, really big 3 stars to hit. Item-wise here, we'd really like to go for a Kindred item, but there is not one that really exists. I think I might just go for the Trickster's Glass here and just throw that on our frontliner, but we're actually going to go for the attack speed, the Gambler's Blade here, and that's just going to go on Kindred. Wild. Huh. It's not an item that I would think of as being pretty good on Kindred. I mean, I don't think we have amazing options here either way, but I think Solgasong wants to just put something on this Kindred. Attack speed is enough. Obviously, you'd like prefer a blue buff here, just because Kindred's a 30 mana unit, so blue buff reducing the cast down to a 2 auto cast is huge, but this is still going to be attack speed. This is still, you know, the ability to get casts off faster, so it's not the end of the world. And it gets another item on Kindred, which is going to allow us to hopefully play for Streak here. Such a close fight. Yeah, I mean, this could certainly have been a diff of going Gambler's Blade here. Ooh, Infinite Use Remover there. Oh, wow, I'm really, really surprised that he doesn't actually want the Remover here. I feel like it's an easy take for the Remover here, but he just wants the gold to be able to roll more. Because like the Remover would allow you to potentially move this Gambler's Blade later. It allows you to move the TGs around if you get better items. I'm shocked that he doesn't actually go for it there. Yeah, that's one of those plays where somebody does that, and like, you know, I could be like, wow, next level play, but I don't know. I'm such a Remover enjoyer. I mean, maybe I'm underestimating how much gold 5 gold is, but 5 gold here at 3/6 I don't think makes or breaks the game. Whereas the Remover I think actually does so much, especially with the double TGs, right? Because like, say you get Nazir in later, if you get a TG that rolls like Archangel's JG, you know, you can move that off of Ornn and put that onto your Azir, which is really, really, that's like a big luxury with the double TGs. And we have this kind of suboptimal item on Kindred, especially because, you know, like maybe we don't get a blue buff here, but like late game carousel, we pick up a random blue buff, then we throw it onto Kindred, and then we're chilling. But, you know, I can see the play for sure. I don't know if I completely agree with it, but you know, I don't have to. That's you know, that's why Solgasong is, you know, like ranked 4 EU, and I'm well, we're gonna smurf on the Tactician's Trials is all I'm saying. We hit a lot early, but now at this point, we're in kind of an awkward spot where we're like a little bit far off. The upside is that we're really, really healthy because this board is just so strong mid-game now. 88 HP and streaking here. He even just slams the full Titans onto the Aatrox here, which is another play that I'm kind of sus about, just to try to play for streak here, but I don't think Titans Aatrox is going to do like anything here with the nerfs to Titans, so yeah, slightly sus on that. I mean, I don't think it's Reinforcement or Bruiser Crest. Ooh, this is, oh, I love this. So we take out the board here and only put Dryad units in. This is a tech that Clement was talking about on Twitter, which theoretically shouldn't work. Like, I've heard that it's not supposed to work that way, that it's supposed to base it off your units that are in at the start of the round. But I have seen evidence that doing that does work, where if you take out your non-Dryad units, you basically remove the potential of getting Ghostly or like Bruiser Crest or something like that. So something for everyone to do. Just in between rerolls, before you reroll your augments, if you want just Dryad here, just take out your units, only put Dryad units in. I've definitely seen, because like the example would be like, can you put in traits and get a different emblem? And I have seen that happen before. Kai actually has a clip of exactly that happening, where he took or he put in like Arcanist and then rolled and found like an Arcanist crest, which is pretty crazy. It was from a previous set, but I mean, unless they've changed it since then, it was like set 9 or something, set 8. I don't know who had Arcanist, or maybe it was. I mean, it definitely wasn't mages. But yeah, so it's something that like probably isn't actually supposed to be in the game, but I mean, I think it still is in the game. So, you know, use it while you can. Another little thing, I remember I was talking last game about the Ornn thing, where, you know, Ornn items can't spawn gold items once you get to stage 4, and people are like, how are you supposed to know about this? And I'm like, well, buddy, I mean, that's why you're watching the video. You know, all games like TFT are gonna have like little nuggets of information that is just not available in game, because it's just impossible to put all of that information in game. And so, you know, you get it in the videos. We could have a wiki that has all the info, and I mean, maybe that info is in a wiki somewhere, who knows. Pick up a sword here just to make Gunblade. It's not amazing, but I mean, it's an item. It's a healing item onto Kindred, which might be nice because Kindred's going to jump around the entire board. So I don't completely hate it. And the other option is just building nothing and waiting a while for an item, which I don't love either. So I could certainly see it just being Gunblade here, and, you know, you live with it. I think so much of what Solo has done this game is just slam item, just very, very tempo-oriented play, and you can see he's gotten so rewarded for it. 78 HP here at 4-5, and he's hit all of these units. His econ is not great, but not, you know, bad whatsoever. He hits the Aatrox 3 as well here, so now he has that to play around, and he can start, you know, he's holding all these ghostly units. He's thinking about putting these units in here. I still don't know what he's like copy and pasting this thing in his chat. Can any Sologasong watcher tell me what this is? Where he's like, it almost like, it reminds me of like League of Legends, like jungle timers, where you type it in chat and then copy paste it and then like hold it again. Like maybe it's like, well, I know he had like unified in there. Like, is that like kind of like a reminder? You know, because like there's a lot of information happening in TFT at all times. So maybe he does it as just to sort of like remind him, like, okay, I have unified here. I have the Hodge augment here. Just like before I make a decision, I'm going to copy paste that. Say, okay, what are all the relevant pieces of information that I have before making a decision? I mean, if that's the case, I mean, this guy's a monster. If that's not the case, I don't know. Maybe I'm just glazing him for no reason. But I mean, I mean, I don't know. That just makes me think, like, is that tech? Should I start doing this? Should I just start copy pasting random stuff into my chat every round? Itemize here, we're just looking for Aatrox item. Probably Redemption is our best bet here, and he is actually just going to full level for this Diana here to get exalted, and it's a pretty easy exalted to fit on our board here. And I say that because it just fits on the board, but I know he checked it early game, but oh, it looks like it was Gnar. Irelia is one of the later ones. I didn't see which the other ones are, but I mean, Gnar being exalted makes it pretty easy. Gnar, Diana, and then somebody, and then eventually we can get, I mean, maybe an Irelia in? I'm not sure. Gnar, Diana, and then one of these other units. I'm not sure. I mean, it would have to be like, I don't know, like a Lowy or something like that. 4 free rerolls here. We can just roll and look for Kanes here. I'm curious if he wants to get some of these units out, because you can play, like, isn't, like, low key, high key, isn't Kane just better than Irelia here? You lose Exalted, but you get 4 Ghostly, and you get Reaper for your Kindred, which is not a small buff at all. The ability for Kindred's ability to crit, I feel like, is pretty big. So, I don't know. I actually feel like I would probably end up playing the Kane here, but I think maybe he's waiting to hit Kane 2. Maybe he's waiting for level 9 to play it. I mean, you can always cut this Exalted for now, then at 9 get the Irelia back in and not be sad about it. I mean, once again, he's the solo Gasong. He is, what is a Gasong, by the way? What does his name mean? I actually have no clue. Also, it's interesting that we don't really care about unified value, because you could just 4-throw Kindred and then bring like 1 unit back and get unified value onto Kindred. I feel like I'd be really tempted to do that, but I think perhaps he thinks the positioning is too awkward and he wants to have all these guys frontlined. Also notice that we just put Gnar on the edge every fight. I think that's just the best positioning for Gnar. One, it allows Gnar to do stuff like this and just wrap and kill backline. It also, Gnar taking aggro early on in a fight isn't even bad very, very often, because he's got a lot of healing with BT Hodge, and you want him to stack up. You want him to get to a bunch of stacks early on into a fight. So if he gets aggroed by 1 unit on the corner, as long as the unit's not going to like one-shot him, as long as it's not like a Lysandra on the edge, it's, you know, completely fine. See, like, on this carousel, like, imagine there was, like, a blue buff or something. I feel like the remover would go crazy, but, I mean, there isn't, so it's not that big of a deal. There's also an interesting pickup here. The second Morello, just for the repetitive heal cut. We have it onto the Kindred here, but we don't want, like, Kindred does not apply it as well as Irelia does, though Irelia applies it a little bit worse now, right? Because she only hits the 4 units closest to her now. Like, she's not going to have the blades just go straight into backline, but still kind of guaranteeing that you hit it on those units is not bad whatsoever. This is actually a pretty close fight versus a pretty capped level 9 board where they've hit a 0-2. They have a Lilia that they're playing around, which cool to see some more Lilia play. I thought she was going to be better actually after the patch, but I've seen not so much Lilia do well, and the stats say that she is kind of bad, so maybe a meta misread. But hey, it's hard. It's difficult based on like 4 PBE games or something like that. But yeah, the stats do not really support Lilia being like broken or anything like that. Oh, I kind of like this, the Irelia and the Kindred on opposite sides, so the Kindred can heal cut the units on the left, and then the Irelia can heal cut the units on the right. And then the second that Gnar gets there, he starts putting in work. I like it a lot. We're also still just chilling on this board here. We can go 9 next round, I think, and just get the Kanan, which, like I was talking about, seeing a Spiker board so hard. I feel like our board should be pretty good into the Crab Rave because we have this Gnar who's got a lot of healing. We have the Kindred with a lot of healing. I feel like we should be able to beat the Crab, but I've seen boards that I thought were better lose to Crab. But yeah, I think this board, yeah, it's not even close. This board absolutely stomps Crab. 2 full items here. Really, we're kind of overloaded on items. We don't really need items, though I guess we can start itemizing this Kane here where he go for like an Edge of Night and something else maybe. Gonna roll down here a little bit. There's a Hodge for Kane, that's fantastic. See, like, I mean, I say C as if it like makes a ton of sense, but like, I mean, it's this late. But hey, I still, you know, I would have Remover here, and I would put Blue Buff on Kindred, and then move like the Gambler's Blade over to Irelia. And like our items would be slightly better, and we would have only been down 5 gold. But maybe that 5 gold won us the whole game. I don't know. I'm yapping at this point, but it's an interesting. You know, that's the cool thing about TFT is everyone can have like different opinions about how to play something, and it's not so straightforward what the best way to do it is. And you know, the only way to prove yourself is to smurf on people and win. And now he is actually playing for unified value, actually exactly what I was talking about before, where just move 1 unit back, put Kindred and Irelia on the 4th row, and then you get unified onto them. Yeah, I think that is just, I mean, it's pretty free. We're fighting another one of the dominant boards this patch, which is this Kaisa board. I think Gnar should be tanky enough to survive a few Kaisa casts here, and it looks like he does for a while, but is it enough? Ooh, Kindred just barely gets through. We kill them, and it is a top 2. We got 1 more fight potentially. We got 54 HP, so we got a lot of time. Even if we lose fight after fight, we can always think about just pushing 10 here, getting more exalted value, and getting better units in. But also, we could just win this fight and close out the game. I think our board is... Oh, it's another Kaisa board, by the way. 2 Kaisa boards. Ooh, this is a little scary because what Udyr can do is actually like drop aggro and like troll this Gnar a bit. This is actually fine positioning wise, and yeah, it's not even close actually. Gnar just killed the entire board. What an insane game. What a fun game as well, showing off a new reroll comp. If you guys have not got a chance to play this comp yet on the new patch, and I mean most of you guys maybe haven't even played a game yet, definitely play this comp if you get the chance. Once again, I have a Tactor guide in the description down below that's got all the broken augments. Spoiler alert, the dryad augments are really, really good. And some, you know, other stuff, itemization things, boards you can play. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.